So today's review is Thor Ragnarok. So basically we get this woman named Helena, the goddess of death. And after being in prison for a long time, she returns to Asgard to take it over. And while trying to stop her, Thor and Loki get sent to an alien planet. And this planet is ran by the Grand Master, played by Jeff Goldblum. And he runs a bunch of gladiator fights, and in order for Thor to get off the planet, he has to defeat the champion, who is the Hulk. So basically we get a space adventure with Thor, Hulk, and Loki trying to get their way back to Asgard to save it. This movie went into a totally different direction than the last two Thors. It is straight up comedy. It is the best Thor movie. I even like it better than Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. In this movie, Thor feels more chilled, relaxed, cocky. It's like whatever comes his way, it's like he feels like he can get out of it. Like it's no problem. And that's what made him more awesome. I mean, we first see him, he's like dangling from something, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, how the hell did he get here? We don't care though. Like I don't know where he's just whooping mad ass and all. You got this big dude, and it's like, okay, so you're doing what? Okay, hold on. I gotta turn around quick. Okay, what'd you say? It's like he's taking nothing serious in this entire movie, and it's funny as hell. And I really love the Hulk in this movie. Like he's really a character. He has feelings. They let him talk in this movie, and the entire time it's like the planet is his home. You know what I'm saying? Here is where he's understood. Nobody understands him like the people here, and I really like that. Like you actually get some feelings for the Hulk instead of him just being some raging monster who just wants to beat up everything, which he does a lot. You know what I'm saying? He even mentions that himself. But there's more to him than just Hulk smash. Loki will always be Loki, plain and simple. Not saying this is a bad thing, because he is still the shit, and you know what I'm saying, he's still one of my favorite villains. Hell, I don't know if I can keep calling him a villain. I mean, he was a villain like the first, Thor and the Avengers, but now it's just like okay, if being on your side right now works to my advantage, then me and you are cool. Oh, but if I can sit there and, get one over on you and come out on top, see ya. And I love Jeff Goldblum's character, the Grand Master, because he's not really a villain. It's just, this is his world, this is how he do things, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're here, you're going to be in these gladiator fights, you know what I'm saying? We love this shit, This is my city, everybody loves me, I have crazy orgies and all that. So he's not the villain, I like that about him. He's just, Thor just need to get the fuck off this planet because it's not for him. And, Jeff Goldblum is awesome in this movie. The humor is great. It's a Marvel movie. So normally, you know what I'm saying, you're going to have all these quips, all these jokes, which, some people, especially the DC fanboys, hate that shit. But this was just a straight up comedy. I mean, from the beginning to the end, it's just joke after joke after joke. And then there are some times where there'd be like a serious moment, and then all of a sudden, like right after that, they go straight into a joke. So it kind of like break away from that serious moment. Or sometimes where there'd be a joke that's like, okay, that felt a little forced. I mean, like, while it is funny, you could have, like, kept that. But I thought the humor played out great. So, I mean, if this is the direction that they want to take, keep at it. Because, again, right now, this is the best Thor. This is one of the best Marvel movies. So, I mean, hey, keep it going. The action was great in this movie. Like, we actually get to see what he can do without that hammer. Not saying that we haven't seen that before, but, every movie is always him and his hammer. And, we always hear, he's the god of thunder. But, I mean, have we really seen him do anything except just throw his shit up in the air and, like, cause some thunder to come down? That's cool and all, but, I mean, I want to see some cool moves, and we get that. We get that a few times in this movie where he just goes all Raiden or Raiden in this movie. How the fuck they pronounce it, Raiden or Raiden? And it's great. And we get a Thor versus Hulk fight that is something that we should have gotten the first Avengers movie. I mean, the Avengers, that fight was just like, it's like a little taste of what's to come. But when we get into this gladiator fight, holy hell! I mean, woo! That was a fight right there. Like, that may be the Hulk, but Thor ain't no bitch. You know what I'm saying? That was a fight that you definitely want to see. That fight was better than a lot of Mayweather fights. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they definitely brought their A game for that fight scene. Hela, she was a cool villain, but the thing is, a lot of her dialogue was basically her explaining her history, her backstory. We get her and she's like, oh yeah, me and Odin used to do this, you know what I'm saying? We did that, you know what I'm saying? We was a shit. And then blah, 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 blah. And then you got the next scene. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? This was cool and all that, but you see that's a lie. And then boom, blah, 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 blah. Oh, you the god of thunder? Well, I'm the goddess of death. Blah 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 blah. It's like, can you just shut up, and just do some shit, just show us like a brief flashback like I did with the first Thor movie. You know what I'm saying? With the I think the Frost Giants or whatever. Give us like a nice little 5-minute flashback. I don't want every bit of your dialogue just explaining your backstory and your history. You know what I'm saying? But they made sure to show you that she was a threat when she was basically just destroying everybody that got in her way. You know what I'm saying? So, at least she was serious as hell. And oh my God, Kate Blanchett was just so sexy in this movie. I mean, like, oh my God. When she's like, oh, kneel. I'm like, yes, I will kneel. I would do whatever you want. She was so hot in this movie. But dialogue-wise, they could have threw all the exposition out and, actually gave her some good lines. But she did a good job for what she was given. So props to her on that. Thor Ragnarok is the best Thor. It's definitely one of the best Marvel movies. So I'd give Thor Ragnarok an A. Like, I'd give it an A plus. But I felt like Hela, if she wasn't just throwing out expositions, she could have been a better villain. But what I'm saying, again, that's not taken away from the movie. It was still amazing. I mean, we have fun action scenes. The humor is great. There are a lot of side characters that are awesome and hilarious. And this really gets me hyped for what's to come in Infinity War. I really can't wait to see how they tie this in, because I saw some of the leak footage of the trailer, and I don't want to go into that if you haven't seen it, but now it's like, okay, so how did that go into here? Like, what happened? You know what I'm saying? But there's also two credit scenes, so definitely stay behind. I shouldn't have to tell y'all that, but people still get up, so stay. There's two credit scenes. So Thor Ragnarok, if you've seen it, comment down below and let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.